So how's it going, everybody? So today we have a very special guest, the one and only Fabio Vera.
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
How's it going, man?
It's going well, man. I woke up very happy today, loving life, loving everything.
That's awesome. And today's a very special episode because it's actually the very, very first episode on my show, the Anthony Brandon Show, which is now taking place. And yeah, I want to go ahead and interview a bunch of creative people and people that I just admire and find really inspirational.
But thanks, man. It's an honor to be here. I always love taking the time to talk to people so they could get, a better story of who I am. And
Can you just speak a little bit more into
yeah. I just love helping out, people from the community, any way possible, if it's an interview, I'll talk. If, it's a photo shoot, I'll take pictures, man. I just love giving back to the community.
That's awesome, man. So tell me a little bit about yourself. How exactly did you get into photography?
Well, the first ever pictures that I remember taking were on a point and shooting camera. My mom actually had like a Canon. I'm not sure what it was, but it was a point and shoot Canon. And it was around like 8th grade, transitioning to like 9th grade. I just picked it up and I started taking snapshots. I was actually my first model. I didn't have anybody else to model, so I would pose myself, pose the frame. Do everything like that. And it was pretty cool. And after that, I started transitioning. Started taking pictures of my brother, my mom, and all that. And it just led to bigger things. And I'm still growing as an artist, but I see a lot of growth from there to now. So.
That's amazing. That's a beautiful story, man.
Yeah.
And so outside of like all the photography things, like what other hobbies do you have going on for you right now? What do you like to do on your spare time and everything?
On my spare time, I like to, work out from here and there with my brother. Love playing soccer, shout out FC Star. That's the 7v7 team that I play in every Wednesday. I play Sunday sometimes too with my cousin's team. But yeah, man. I also love watching movies. Love watching movies and hanging out with my girl.
That's awesome. Oh, okay. So girls don't hit on my boy. He's taken. No, but yeah, like he's actually a really good soccer player. He actually plays on a team that I made not too long ago, and he actually scored yesterday. So he's a really great soccer player.
Thanks, man. Yeah, like as a fun fact for all those that don't know, that was actually what I wanted to be growing up, a soccer player. So I used to take that very serious. I used to practice like every day. I used to do like intense workouts, intense runs. 24/7. Used to train to like from morning to dawn, and I just love the sport. And whenever I have the time, now I still play it. It's a beautiful game.
That's amazing, man. I agree. I love soccer as well, and that's very interesting, man. So like. What exactly are your plans right now? Like, what do you have going on for yourself at the moment?
Well, at the moment, I'm actually working on a, individual project that I'm just working on. It's called the Yellow Project. So basically, this project revolves around the color yellow. So I'm shooting like beautiful portraits, and all that. It was inspired by like Wes Anderson, Pharrell's Girl album. I love that album. And Quentin Tarantino, I love the colors that he uses in his films. So I'm just, I just got inspired and I just decided to do a project with the color yellow. And that's what I'm working on right now. It should be done by like around October or November. So be on the lookout for that.
That's awesome. It sounds very, very interesting. I'm definitely like very eager to see that coming. And yeah, what I like about you is that like, for example, this is very creative. This is like something very like you don't just come up with this overnight. Like I like how you actually got detail, and I've seen a little bit of glimpse of what you got going on, and like that I found that really amazing how someone here from Vegas and someone that I know is like really doing something really creative.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's just the beginning. Like after this, I have a couple other projects that I want to work on, but I don't want to give out too much details yet. But definitely have bigger projects that I'm gonna be working on after this one. So be on the lookout for that.
That's amazing. So, who would you say are like your biggest inspirations?
My biggest inspirations, well, I don't have like a specific person, but I have like multiple persons that I look up to. Fun fact actually. When I started like taking pictures, like one of the first people that actually inspired me, was The Weeknd. Even though he's not like into like like taking pictures and stuff, but his music, the tones in his voice were very beautiful, and that like inspired like my mood for some of those pictures. But today, like nowadays, I get inspired by like just movies. Like for example, Christopher Nolan.
That's
how
awesome. I love
yeah,
it. Yeah.
Scott Ridley. Yeah. And then from like I like looking at the past. Like because people don't really like pay attention to like the great like photographers that used to live. For example, I like Irvine Penn, Richard Avedon, and all those. People nowadays, I feel like get inspired by just looking at Instagram. But this craft has a history behind it, and I feel like a lot of people don't know like some of the greats. So
That's awesome. Very, very, very inspiring. I like how you actually like go full in depth, and you're just not like you actually take in consideration like all these details, like all everything from the past. Like most people just pick up a camera and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is what I do," but like have no idea of what's going on. So I really appreciate and admire how you actually took the time to really learn about the culture.
yeah, man. I feel like nowadays, like most people just take pictures of like cute girls, or they just want to be Instagram famous, So
I've seen those.
yeah, like they do the very generic poses and like very genetic picture that you see from here and there all the time. I try to stay away from that. Like add my own like depth into pictures and stuff. My own juice. My own little spark. I pay attention to every little detail in the picture, from the background, to what the model's wearing, her hair, her eyes, her lips. Everything.
I love it, man. I think that's absolutely amazing, man.
Definitely.
So, how do you feel about the Vegas scene right now? Like everything going on, like with photography, cinematography. How do you feel about Vegas, where it's at right now? Do you feel that it's in a good place, or do you feel what exactly are your thoughts on that?
You know, Vegas has a really big community. There's a lot of talented photographers out here. The only thing that I don't really see out here is the like the friendship, or like the big community that gets together. But I love what my boy John Portrait Vibe is doing, with the Insta meets and all that. Even though he gets a lot of backlash for that, I feel like he's doing something good for the community.
I definitely agree, man. It takes a lot of work for someone to start something where you get the whole city involved. Like from what I've seen, I've really seen him like take the time to like actually get people together and actually get a movement. Like at one point, I actually decided or thought about didn't decide, but I thought about starting something similar to that. But after like looking into it, like it's a lot of hard work and you have to really stick to time. At the time, I didn't have time, but I really admire like people who do things for this in the city.
Right, yeah, like you said it yourself. It takes a lot of time, and I really give him props for that. Like not a lot of people could do something like that for the community. What he's trying to do. So I really admire what he's trying to do for the community.
Exactly. And so, tell me about yourself a little bit more. Like, were you born here in Vegas or?
Yeah, I was born in here in Vegas at Sunrise Hospital. Fun fact, guys, I'm actually a twin. So
Fun fact. I remember the first time I remember the first time meeting you. Like, I had no idea. Like, I knew you for a while now, and then like I just remember being somewhere. I don't remember exactly where I was at, but I just remember being out like at a store or something, and I just remember seeing someone that looks just like you. And for a second, I was like, "Hold on, is that Fabio?" And then like as he got closer, I was like, "All right, then don't say hi." Nah. But I recognize like the little differences that go beyond twins, and I was just like, "Oh, like he has a twin." On that in that very moment, I was mind blown. I was like,
yeah, like a lot of people don't know I'm a twin. Like I don't really put it out there. Only like close people that know me know that side, and the people that I grew up with. But we do look different. But back when we were younger, I would say that we look more alike. My mom used to dress us up alike and all that.
"You guys were twinning."
Yeah, but now we have our own unique look. He has a different hairstyle. He's more of a gym rat than me. He's always in there. So
Yeah, how's the competition like between the two of you? I'm pretty sure that must be something pretty strong there. No?
talking about competition, my girlfriend always thinks I'm trying to compete with my brother. you know, or she thinks that he's trying to compete with me all the time, and you know, it's not even like that, you know. I mean, being younger, we did used to love competing against each other. You know, we would compete like, you know, who could run a mile the fastest, or you know, stuff like that. You know, but nowadays I don't really, you know, look at stuff that we do as a competition. You know, I just want to see both of us, you know, reach our full potential and our goals and dreams. You know.
That's awesome. All right, Fabio. So one of the things I really like about you is I really like the creativity that goes on within your work. Like I'm looking at your profile right now on Instagram, and I feel like this is like really, really, really great stuff on here, man. But overall, I'm gonna take a quick second for those that don't know your work, and I'm gonna introduce them to like what you got going on, and I want you to like really go ahead and tell me like the story behind all this, you know, because I feel like a lot of times people see images, but they have no idea what the story behind it is or what went on or what exactly, you know. Like I feel like a lot of times photographers they just give out something and let the viewer perceive it, and I really find it interesting knowing like you could have something completely different going on, you know.
Right, right.
All right, so like this picture, for example, what's going on here? This is a really cool picture, by the way.
This one was actually taken last week. You know, I was just walking down and I saw those cool letters in the background, and I really love how they flowed with her shirt. So I posted it right there, and voila, man, it just came out like a masterpiece. You know, really love the tones that I use for this too.
I love it too, man.
Love like the red and the blue, like how they flow together.
Very cohesive.
Yeah.
It's awesome. All right, let me go ahead and look for another photo that I really, really liked. I thought this one was pretty crazy, to be honest. Wow. Tell me about this one.
Oh yeah.
I love the colors on it.
Yeah, thanks, man. This one was actually taken in a hotel room. You know.
Nice.
My boy Andrew actually booked the room, and he invited me. We were doing that for like a period of time. You know, like from October to like February. We're just booking like hotel rooms every month or so, and we would invite models. And for this one, yeah, we just had like a light set up on the side next to her with the blue gel, and I bought some feathers, and I told her to like, you know, put it like in front of her face, and I really loved like that, you know, serious look she had.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I felt like I captured it really well in this picture.
Yeah, I find it amazing. Like, unless you were there and you were there witnessing, like, you would never guess that was taken in a hotel room. Like,
yeah, and as a matter of fact, she was actually sitting down on like a couch and stuff.
Yeah, you never guessed that. All right, let's see. And I actually really, really like this one picture here. Let me find it. This one right here, actually. Go ahead and tell me what went on this one right here.
This one was taken in downtown too. I love shooting downtown in downtown. You know,
downtown. I love it over there.
Downtown is the scene. You know, I love all the textures and colors
so
and
artsy
buildings
down there, man.
Yeah. This one's actually gonna be in my yellow project.
Oh, nice sneak peek for all you guys.
Sneak peek, yeah, sneak peek. You know, we're just walking like down like this building, and I saw that it was kind of like yellowish, so you know, I told her to like turn around towards me, and I loved like the pose she did, and I told her to hold it, you know, and voila, you know, that's what I created.
That's photography 101 right there for all you guys that don't know how to take pictures. And so, like, from all these experiences that you've had, like, over the years now, how many years have you been shooting for again?
I've been shooting for like 5 years, but like seriously, serious like only 3.
Only 3?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like, so, like, out of all these experiences, like downtown and like all around Vegas and all over the place, like, tell me a few like crazy stories that you've had, man. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them, right?
Yeah, man. As a matter of fact, just this week actually, earlier, I was in downtown shooting with this model, and like this hobo just came up to me, and I think he was on something because he was like, "You talking shit?" You know, like,
damn, aggressive.
Yeah, you know, I was like, you know, low key, like, oh shit, you know, like, am I gonna have to get down? I had my camera on me, you know, I was like, shit, like, what if you like, you know, like.
You're scared.
Yeah. No, I was scared. I was more scared for my equipment than anything. You know, like I wouldn't mind if, you know, if we exchange, you know, hits and stuff. But I was just scared for my equipment because I had my, you know, my art lens, and yeah.
That's
And my
equipment is
Sony.
definitely expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, and my Sony. You know, that's my baby right
So
there.
like, what ended up happening there?
You know, I just ignored him and, you know, just kept on moving along. And
That's awesome. I feel like sometimes you just have to be the better person. You know, like you. Why even risk it? You know, like is it really worth it at the end of the day? Like what do you gain from it? I feel like for me personally, I don't know about you, but for me personally, like it takes a very very like a lot of things have to go wrong, and you really have to take me off the wrong way for me to want to fight you for sure. You know.
right, definitely, especially since I was like in the middle of a shoot. I wasn't trying to like, you know, just
Exactly.
abandon that shoot and get in a fight with somebody. You know, I was in my
Right.
creative process. I didn't want to like, you know, especially with the hobo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Exactly.
yeah.
And okay, so Fabio, like I just want to take the time to really really give you an applause to really acknowledge you for all the work you've done and all the things you've done out there. Like I really appreciate it. Like even with me, like you've been very special to me. You've been really kind, you know, like honestly, like you're one of the kindest people that I know here in Las Vegas, like doing everything like regardless of who you meet. What I like about you is that you always go out of your way for people, and like you took the time out of your day to come here to come for this podcast, you know? Like I really
Right.
appreciate everything you do, and I like how it doesn't matter who you're talking to. Like you could talk to somebody that just started yesterday and has no idea what's going on, or you can talk to a pro and you'll still treat them the same way. You know, like you treat everybody exactly the same way. You don't like I feel like a lot of people in Vegas, like you talk to them and they're like, oh, that's nobody, and then they just like throw you off, disregard you right away.
Right, right, yeah, man. You know, I just love treating everybody like how I want to be treated, you know, and I don't like looking down at anybody, you know, because at one point, you know, we all started as amateurs, you know, and
Exactly.
you know, whenever somebody asks for advice, you know, I always give them advice, or they ask, you know, hey, you know, which lens is better, which camera is better. I don't mind, you know, telling them, or even when they ask me what I shoot with, I don't mind telling them either, you know.
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people like they keep things a secret for like as if it was like giving them like everything you had. In reality, like it doesn't hurt to give a little pointers out there, you know?
yeah, yeah, man. Even like, you know, I know some photographers that, you know, that don't like, you know, giving out their locations, you know. But whenever somebody asks me like, hey, where you took this picture, I'll let them know, you know, where the location was. You know, I don't mind telling them.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. But yeah, overall, I appreciate everything, man. Like this has been a fun interview. Like my last question for you would be, where exactly do you see yourself in 5 years, or where exactly would you like to be in 5 years? You know?
Well, in 5 years, you know, hopefully I've shot for like, you know, some big, you know, magazines or something. You know, hopefully, you know, have my foot, you know, into the film industry. You know, because I actually want to be in the film industry like down the road. You know, I love photography, but I'm actually trying to be more of a cinematographer down the road.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, man, hopefully that, you know, and just, you know, happy and healthy, you know. I just, you know, want to keep creating, you know, and inspiring people.
That's beautiful, man. All right, man. So you said you want to do cinematography. I really love that. Like, fun fact for all my viewers out there, like I actually started in cinematography before photography too. But like at one point, I started doing music videos, and I was just like, I really, really, really didn't like the editing process. I feel like that took way too much of my time, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna stick to still frames. I'm just gonna do pictures and wrap it up. You know, make it way easier.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, I think it takes about the same time. Well, not about the same time, but you know, if you accumulate like the time you spend editing pictures and video, I would say it's about the same time. You know, um, that's also like another process I love doing. I love editing. You know,
Oh, that's awesome.
whether it's yeah, whether it's video or photo. You know, I love sitting down on my computer. Sometimes I stay up to like 3 a.m. just editing. You know, I just like re-edit some pictures sometimes. You know, and just like hey, you know, like I learned this new thing. You know, I'm gonna do something different with it.
That's awesome. I really love your passion for it, man. I really feel it. I really feel the energy that you have within this. And so, like, cinematography. What exactly do you want to do within the realms of cinematography?
I just want to be, you know, like the cinematographer for like big, you know, Hollywood directors. You know, like it's always been a dream for me to shoot like a blockbuster, you know, and like win, you know, Academy Awards. You know, like that's always been a dream.
That's beautiful, man. Hopefully, we get there. And so, is there like within the movie world, is there a specific genre that you like more than others?
I would say probably action and thrillers and some comedy, but like comedy, it's not really like based in the cinematography. It's just like more like
Well, how it makes you feel.
yeah. So you know,
That's nice.
yeah.
And all right, so of course I have to ask this question after that. What are you, name your top 3 favorite movies? What are they?
Damn, man, that's gonna be hard. But I really love Sunset Boulevard. That's like a really old film.
Never actually watched it.
It's
I need to go home and watch that right now.
it's a black and white film. It's really great for those that haven't watched it. I really recommend. It's like this weird obsession that this one woman has with this younger man. It's
Huh.
it's pretty cool. Other than that, um, let's see. I would say probably The Godfather. It's a classic.
Godfather.
Man, you can't go wrong with that. And
It's true.
and probably I would have to go with any movie that Martin Scorsese has done. Really love him.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate you being here, man. Once again, where can everybody find you for all the viewers listening to you?
They can check out my Instagram, Fabio Vera underscore, or I mean Fabio underscore Vera. My website is actually down right now, but it should be relaunching pretty soon.
Ah, that's amazing. Well, I'll make sure to put all your links under here, and it was a pleasure having you on the show, man.
Yeah, man, no problem. Thank you very much. It's a great honor for me to be the first one you interview. From this whole Vegas community. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. I look forward to seeing everything you do in the future, man.
Much love.
Much love. Take care. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate everyone that took the time to go ahead and look at this video. If you like what you saw, go ahead and subscribe. And I'm going to make sure to post weekly videos, all right? And this is the Anthony Brandon Show, and I'm out.